that Australia is an extraordinarily effective ally, but there is always an opportunity for improvement. And I would submit that on both sides of the alliance, there are opportunities to improve processes, the governance of how we approach the activities and the initiatives that we have before us. I do believe that there are better opportunities to integrate our people. Clearly, in many of the mission areas that are going to become important in the future, anti-submarine warfare. The region is increasing its submarine count more than any other region in the world. How well we collectively can understand and be able to operate effective anti-submarine warfare systems and operations, I think, will be important. Air defense is another area. The technology is making the air defense problem more challenging, and I think Australia, in its purchase of the air warfare destroyer, is moving into that area as well. How well we can coordinate and collaborate in that area is going to be extremely important. You know, my view on, for example, disaster response is I've told people in the United States, if the United States Navy had one rowboat, we'd be rowing to the disaster because that's just who we are, much like Australians. But with amphibious ships, it allows us to be more proactive and to use those ships to go into areas in the region and beyond where humanitarian assistance and medical assistance and civic assistance can make a huge difference in people's lives, and in fact maybe have more of a long-term impact on their lives than simply responding to the needs of the disaster. And so I think the cooperation and collaboration and this idea of how do we use our amphibious forces in the Pacific and even beyond, I think, is another area. I believe that's the way it should go. I think it's almost as if it's the next step, if you will. As I started, I think the interoperability, the relationship, the compatibility of our forces is proven, you know, over decades is there. But we're now moving into a different environment where information is going to move extraordinarily quickly, where that information environment is going to induce activism, timelines will shorten, public response will be much more apparent and potentially much more forceful. And I believe that our militaries are going to have to respond more quickly, respond more effectively, and the greater integration that exists, the more effective that response and that relationship will be. I think the investments that Australia is making is indicative of stepping up and looking into that future, making investments that are going to be important for the type of environment that we're going to be in, whether it's the air warfare destroyer, maritime patrol, the amphibious ships, and I think the submarine is the future submarines is extraordinarily important. So Australia is buying and putting into service the types of capabilities that I believe are relevant.